Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. This is Jamie here, and I wanted to talk more about this meme in particular today because this topic is more so tied to the ability for INFJs to build up a lot of energy. They want to expel it. They want to go out and use that energy. And then once they have socialized, have talked to people, gone to events, really anything that gets them to drain the battery, essentially, they are then in this kind of state for the next 3 months. And it's kind of an over-exaggeration, to be honest. And I think we can all relate to this because it doesn't really last that long. But the reality is that socializing and interacting with other people is a very exhausting activity. And it's not easy for all of us to do. We're all different people. We all have had different experiences growing up. And it's very easy to just sort of get lost in having to adjust to being in a social environment, being in a social situation. And so some good examples of this could be you go to a party and, you know some people, you don't know some people. There's loud music. It's one of those socializing events, of course, where, there's a lot of activities happening and maybe there's things that everyone else is doing that you don't really want to do, but you are there because you're either wanting to be there partially in your head. You're in that gut feeling to want to go. And then maybe you have some friends saying, hey, let's go out, and you want to hang with your friends. You want to be with them. Or maybe a different example is you go to a concert, which can be very exhausting. And I'm sure there's INFJs out there who love to go to events, see artists and musicians play, or go and see, big screen events like movies, etc. It kind of depends on what the context is. But even things like that can be very, very draining and very exhausting. And the reason I'm making this video, number one, is because I always fall into the situation where I go socializing for one day, and then the next day, I'm just done, and I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to be in my own world, my own bubble, maybe in here, and just to be left alone. And the recharging concept of that, battery-wise, can take anywhere from like 1, 2, 3, or 4 days. And so it takes us a lot of energy to want to go out and do things. I'm not going to explain why. It's just we're very sensitive. We're very energy aware, and we're also, just as INFJs in particular, it's easy for us to pick up on other people's energy as we absorb things. We're like a sponge. And so until we can get control of that, it's easy to go out to events and socialize and then feel drained afterwards because we're picking up on all these emotions that we might not be able to control. You might go to an event, you'll socialize, you'll feel so exhausted, you might feel down or, depressed, you might feel weird. And that might just not be your emotions. And this would be an entirely other video at some point talking about that concept and how that's really true. But it's just, this is what happens to most of us. We go out, we have fun. It could be a good experience. It could be a bad experience. And then for the next week, 2 or 3, we're just like, I'm not going out. And we're in this zen state of just wanting to be in our own flow, in our own zone. So the moral or more so point of this video is I wanted to say that this is real. This does happen to us. And it's okay. Don't feel bad about this. As long as other people understand this about you and what you're going through with this in particular, if they can understand that and respect you, you're golden. If people don't get it and don't make the time to listen to understand about that, might be a problem. And so it's really key to find your tribe, to find the people you like to hang out with, the right social circle. And from there, you can then create the experiences you want to have. And then that can lead you forward to the next step, which would ultimately just be you go out on your own terms, you have your own boundaries, you know what you can deal with and what you don't want to deal with. And if anything crosses that and acts as like a deal breaker, it's like the line in which they shouldn't go past, you just leave. And it's okay to leave. It's okay to go home. It's okay to just, cut early. That's just the way of the game. So that's basically it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, leave your thoughts below in the comments.